Welcome to She's Not Doing So Well. It's a podcast.
I'm Bobby.
I'm Jim.
What is this?
It seemed like it's non-fat, sugar-free, too pumped. My tongue is in my throat, and I cannot do it.
I'm gonna try to limit the fucks to 10.
Love it.
Honey.
Man, smell like weed.
Honey. I'm just so awkward at this. God. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of She's Not Doing So Well. I'm Bobby.
I'm Jim.
Welcome to our new listeners. This is a little episode that's kind of in between episodes because Jim was at the lake.
Sorry.
Or Jim is at the lake, so that's why we're recording early.
Yeah, we have to.
By that, we're doing a best of. And by that, I mean...
It's not really best.
It's the worst of.
Yeah, it's worst of, because now stay tuned. It's not bad. It's just
not good.
Yeah. It's early. Early.
Very. I mean, it's
so early
like
we actually didn't release this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like our first ever episode, and it's
special.
Bad. But it's really fun to listen back and hear what we were before we are what we are now.
Before we were famous.
Now that we're famous, we can bring out the vault.
Yeah.
Let's paint the picture for them really quick.
Open the vault.
Okay, so this was like a year ago exactly when we started. It was a 4th of July little
get together.
Shindig.
Yeah.
Before COVID. So we could like touch each other, fuck each other.
No
Not
masks.
us, but just saying like you could if you needed to. So we set up the thing downstairs. I had the mics downstairs.
At your kitchen table.
Yeah, it was very echoey. No studio yet.
No studio, no headphones, no.
No, yeah, it was just screaming into a mic.
Mostly me screaming.
Well, we both screamed a little bit, but it's just amazing to see what it's come from to what it is now. I mean...
What it's come from.
What it has come from and what it is to now. It's true. Bitch, it's true.
It is actually quite incredible how you've grown.
And
I
you've
mean,
grown.
And I mean physically.
Well, we already went through this with the pictures that I
Yeah,
looked
we were looking...
I went all the way back to 2012.
So earlier we were feeling a little... plump, so
chubby.
We went back through photos though, and we found, well, I have grown, but Bobby has stayed the same.
Yeah, I've just gotten older looking, but it's actually not a bad. I'm not saying it's bad to look older looking.
It's just slightly more sag, like a little more sag, but actually like the same size.
On the same size, yeah. It just is a little less, yeah, like sag. That's the word.
That's it.
It feels very droopy now. I feel very
same.
Heavy and just like tits are out and like the tits aren't perked anymore. They're kind of like hanging and I sweat underneath them when it's hot and it's hot as fuck.
And you pass the pencil test.
Oh,
you know the pencil test?
Actually, I don't know if I
Let's
can.
Let's see. You could do it with your little, yeah. No. He's still
No, I can't.
No, he's not.
No.
Okay, so he's all freaked out over there, but he just failed the pencil test.
I mean, maybe if I leaned over like I'd have to like bend over.
Yeah, you have to do like a half shell.
These tits will not hold a pencil.
They won't, and they're
so
not
that was
going.
the point of it. It's like, listen, calm the fuck down, okay? I just wish I could be Lizzo, who doesn't give a fuck. It'd be nice,
right?
But here we are,
and she's fit. Like when she shared that video of her working out, I was like,
oh yeah,
okay.
She's like an in
I can't
shape,
do that. Like,
bigger person.
Mm-hmm. And you're an out of shape bigger person.
Yeah, I feel like yeah. I'm breathing heavy going up the stairs. I think I have COVID. It's like, no, you're fat, you fuck.
I think I have COVID.
Okay, so I'm going to paint the picture for us again.
Okay, so we're sitting around a kitchen table.
We've been drinking.
Oh.
We have friends outside in a baby pool.
It's July 4th.
This is pre-hot tub. This is what caused the hot tub, because I was like, we don't want just a baby pool again next year, do we?
Well,
so we're sitting there, we're screaming. It was awful. Jim kept getting up and getting more drinks, as you'll hear in some clips.
Of course.
We were nervous. We were screaming. It was bad audio, so we're going to play the first clip right now.
Okay.
Welcome to She's Not Doing So Well, the podcast that is uglier than a bucket full of assholes.
That was our original intro, and now we have this. I'm Rob.
I'm Jim.
And we are She's Not Doing So Well.
Oh.
So,
wow.
That was the first ever, literally out of our mouths, that was the legit first ever.
And you were Rob.
I was Rob because
which is great.
You
were semi-hiding.
I was semi-hiding. This was before I was
everyone
ready
makes
to
fun
like...
of me, but you were Rob at the moment, which is pretend.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go by Rob. That way,
no one will know it's.
But then
Bobby.
I was like, I have to go all the way out.
Yeah,
I have to. You have to personalize.
Judging
it.
by that T-shirt, you're always all the way out.
Honey, I'm out.
Yeah.
So that was our first ever intro. We were gonna do I remember we were gonna do a spin-off where it was every week we'd be we're the podcast that is like your pussy. It's kind of like Katya and what's her name do, sort of. But I was
Trixie.
Yeah, but I was you know what? It's not us. You know what I mean?
It's not us.
You know what I mean?
We don't need catch lines. We're not there for that.
No, and it sounded cheesy. It was hello, I'm Jim, and we're the bucket of assholes that you never wanted. It's is it?
Are you really a bucket of assholes?
Are you? It gets worse.
Okay.
No, I just feel I've been told I can do a podcast too, and I'm sure this episode is not really a good.
It's gonna be re-released.
It's gonna be funny though, because we're gonna be able to listen to our first episode and think wow, we were so. Because I'm kind of nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually being honest. I'm nervous. I don't know what to say now.
My puss in boots are shaking.
I can sit here and talk to you all fucking day long, but.
That was another clip from it that is quite true. We're now listening to it.
We're shaking.
I'm not shaky anymore.
I just saw you pick up that can. You were shaking.
Oh, that's my natural shake.
Okay.
But
that's my normal tremor.
Oh
no.
I don't wish that upon anybody, but
if you did.
But if I did, it would be towards. No, just kidding.
You.
So that was a little funny clip because it's we were foreshadowing our future. Horrible. And that was actually going to be the first episode released. We would have never made it this far.
No.
People are it's so funny. I'm is it?
It wasn't.
It was terrible.
It was trash.
I realized then that we had to get better audio equipment because if we're going to be screaming, hooting, and hollering, we've got to be at least clear.
Yeah, when I hoot and holler, I need to be very crisp.
Yeah, we got to hear that when we whisper too. We have really good quality now, honey.
Do we?
Yeah, comparatively, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You have 15 seconds to convince me. Go.
I've tried to convince you this whole goddamn time about this whole fucking podcast. I've had to just continually try to talk you into it.
Dragging me through the mud.
I'm going to drag your ass through the mud, and one day you're going to come out of your shell.
We're going to frolic around
You're going to come out of that shell.
I am. I feel I have a grade, almost 2 penis, and it's poking through. It's a shell. I have a little turtle head.
It is. It's all of a sudden you're going to just show that face, and honey, we're going to blow up.
When we reach a certain number of followers to be determined, we're going to do a reveal.
Jim's going to reveal his face if we get to a certain amount of followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
On Instagram, or what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Honey, don't try me.
Yes. That.
You got to...
A certain number of that.
The thing is you still could be in the back scenes. You know what I mean? You don't have to be up front and center.
Do you know what I mean?
Still can wear... No, you have to still wear the unicorn head. But, it'd be nice for them to get a little peek of, what they're really dealing with. And not, we don't even have to keep it on. We can do it as a story.
Once they get a peek, though, they're going to want the whole thing.
They are. They're going to want the package, honey.
They want
the dick.
Completely nude. And, I could...
I think you should get nude with the hat on.
Oh.
That'd be kind of funny, actually. Running around in the alley with, your ass, just showing your ass and then the unicorn
But it'd
head.
have to be, a chub, because, I'm,
A chub?
Yeah, you don't want to,
Yeah.
If you're going to show it all, you want to be at,
Oh, yeah, you got to get a
your best form.
Oh, you're talking about, a fluff job?
Yeah, a little fluff. You could fluff me.
Here's the thing. And I'm not going to get too far off track because this is, a little bonus episode, listening to the first episode. But
True.
Fluffing is, mandatory for, anytime your dick comes out.
Okay, good. I was wondering because...
You're not the only one.
When you were in Montreal and you went into the bathhouse, were you, fluffed? Or were you...
Well...
You weren't...
Yeah, you kind of fluff yourself a little. I kept doing
Okay.
If you ever notice, guys. If you
what
ever
do they do? Oh, when they're playing.
Yeah,
with
you
it?
always grab. If everybody's being
God.
naked, they always touch their dick to try to tease it to get it to get hard. Nobody is their true form. I feel when they they're always
when you first pull
to,
down your pants.
Yeah, you're trying to get it half semi, but not really semi, but just a little blood flow, just to get a little bit of this is my.
You want it to have a form,
right? You want it not to be in its turtle shell.
You don't want to be a grade 2 turtle shell,
right? And especially
in high school, there was a guy who was notorious. I almost was a tick. I feel bad for him. Oh. He was on the cross country team, but he would touch that area, the privates,
all the time,
every 15 to 20 seconds. If he was standing, he would just
would he just
touch.
Grab it, pull it,
touch.
or just touch?
A grab and a pull, a both.
If
he had a tick. It was bad, and I was it's why are you not? You should be showing a little more than that if you're touching it that often.
Oh.
I don't. Well, I guess that's maybe it was a micro.
He had
I don't
tick.
know. He had a tick because it was very often. It was
oh my God, I was so scared I was gonna get a tick, and I still am scared I'm gonna have a tick.
You might end up with one.
The eyes. Yeah. My neighbor used to do the eyes. I'm oh my God, and then I think about it too much. I'm oh my God, I'm gonna get a tick. Anyway,
And if you do have a tick, that's fine.
yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, we're not.
Bobby's just terrified of it.
No, and it's fine. And actually, because of my TikTok usage, I've seen
you do have a tick.
No, and some people have. They're like,
TikTok.
just because I have goddamn fucking shit, and I'm like, she's like, just because I have Tourette's doesn't mean I'm not a fucking motherfucker. I'm like, oh wow, okay, and it's like real.
It's a tick. It is a thing.
It's a tick.
I know, and it's uncontrollable. And so I'm wondering if he was like grabbing his dick because he like couldn't help it.
But why would you choose? I guess that could be your tick.
He would be sitting down in math. I remember I sat next to him in pre-calc, and he would just be grabbing it, and I would look over and be
my
like,
God, they probably had like a
he's
meeting.
still grabbing it.
Oh my God,
he's literally grabbing it as he's sitting doing a math problem. He's using his left hand to grab his dick.
They literally probably had to have a conference with the parents and everything. Be like, he grabs his dick. That's his tick.
I think they had to have
Grab
because
the dick for the tick.
someone must have complained at some point. Like, is he being inappropriate?
100.
He's like grabbing it and
You know,
like
there was
looking
some
at me.
Karen of a teacher that was like, Billy keeps grabbing his cock.
She like goes home and thinks of it every night, but
yeah,
like
she's
she
like
complains about it
divorced.
officially. Like
she was actually fucking somebody, like one of the high schoolers.
Another one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
teacher
interesting.
Letourneau.
It's very interesting about the ticks. The talks.
It's
the
also just
TikToks.
interesting though that guys are always grabbing. So back to
back to that, though.
Back to that. Like there are a lot of guys, like straight guys will always grab.
Because they always think they're not
You're like,
adequate enough.
yeah.
You always feel not adequate enough. And the thing is you are. And actually, it
trust
doesn't
me,
even matter
you are.
soft. To be honest with you, I
yeah.
like seeing soft dicks, so I like when they're nice looking and like you can see them. But it really matters.
What's inside your soul?
It does. It matters about your personality, but also like when you get hard is really where people are judging you. But even then, like you can ask a lot of bottoms.
Let's
in this
just
world.
say when we were in Montreal and we were at the strip clubs, the guys who came out and were completely average were
it was beautiful.
Just as much, if not hotter. Like
right, it's hotter to me when you're normal.
It was hotter when we were like, okay, so you're just like me and you're on stage.
Right, and who wants to see? I mean,
and
no,
I
don't want a big old cock smacking me in the face. Like,
Nope.
I'd rather have like a normal person where I'm like, oh, I could actually go home with you.
Yep.
Where this big dick, I don't want you near me. To be honest with you, I can't put it in my mouth. I can't put it in my
can't
ass.
do anything with it.
Right, like I might be able to give you a hand job with two hands. But
all
like,
I'm gonna get out of this is a fissure, and you don't need it.
Exactly.
Like so. Thank you, but it's fun. It's fun to look at every once in a while. But like, I want you to have like average dick energy. You know, instead of big dick energy, I want average dick energy. Yeah,
I 100% agree. Look how much we're growing in 1 year.
We really have changed.
We have.
I mean, physically and emotionally.
Let's hear the next clip.
Good recap.
No, there's no stopping, honey.
Honey, I need a fresh.
I mean, maybe you just shouldn't drink your wine with a straw. Maybe that's the problem. As she grabs a paper straw and is gonna and owns the refrigerator. Episode 1.
So long.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's where we were at.
Wow. I'm surprised I could walk at that. Like just from
and
hearing my voice.
Well, and the thing is, we were so nervous that we were like, let's just drink like
That's
6
what it
bottles of
was.
wine, and we're like,
It was like first date nervousness, where you're like, I have to have at least 3 drinks before I go on the date because I'm
like
not.
Before you do like an LGBT panel, you just have like 2 margaritas with vodka in it, and you're like, hi guys, like listen, I'm fun.
Oh my god!
But I had to get drunk to deal with these people. No, like they were so nice, and I'm like,
I looked up and you were
horrifying.
like, I'm so drunk.
Because tequila is a different drunk than beer.
Oh, 100%.
For those of you that can't relate, just skip on over, honey. But for those of you who can relate, margaritas and like tequila in general is just a disaster.
It hits you further. Yeah.
Because I get the dizzies, and then I'm like, oh, I can't speak because I'm so fucking dizzy. Yeah, exactly.
No, tequila is a whole different ballgame.
Tequila.
1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, floor.
5 tequila, 6 tequila, 7 tequila more.
Floor.
Whore.
Oh, whore.
Sore.
Okay, I like that. So floor and then whore.
You're a whore that's sore on the floor from
Tequila.
Next clip.
I don't know if I have a napkin.
My napkin. Maybe you should slow.
Oh my god, I don't have a napkin.
Maybe you. No, it's called a table running. You. This is the part of the show where we scream and yell. And you're supposed to like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how you were screaming like that.
Oh my! I know. It was called a wine cooler. It was something.
It was called wine
ratchet that we had last July 4th. I don't even know. Oh wow! So we thought we were going to build a whole show off of me screaming,
basically, because I thought you were hysterical.
And
I was like,
did.
oh my god, you're so funny. You have to be on this podcast. Like, we're gonna like reach people. We're gonna like be
you
funny.
You scream, I'll talk.
And then you started screaming. I was like,
Oh, no.
But I was like, this is the part of the show where we scream. Like, what a cunt was I there?
You really were rude.
It was. But there's another moment that I need you to listen to. It's my first deep moment of the podcast. The unreleased podcast.
I was an angry person before I came out, to be honest with you. Like, people thought I was just grumpy.
Yeah.
But it was, I was
still
shutting
am.
down. Yeah, and I think I've abused myself. I mean, this is a serious topic, honestly. But I think you abuse yourself as a LGBTQIA person.
I agree.
You're constantly beating yourself up and constantly trying to be something that you don't even really want to be because you're not that. And if you were that, I don't know. It's just...
I mean, that was like just as bad as Miss South Carolina.
Miss, like future tense with present tense with past tense.
I know, like,
you don't want to be what you were, but you were what you are going to be.
when you are what you're supposed to be, the universe just follows in, and you are you. That's the future.
And maps.
Thank you.
And the maps,
Like,
and such as.
I hate to bring up Miss South Carolina again, but
but the
such
cases are
as
surging there,
it's-
so you have to.
oh yeah, who knows when this episode comes out? The whole world could be.
We
like,
could all be in back to
COVID
lockdown
hell,
complete.
yeah.
Well,
So, yeah.
you did have a deep, but we have deep moments regularly, like every week now.
We do, and this is where
They're
so
just better.
they're better and they're more organized and know how to
Yeah.
edit.
Yeah. Well,
That's the other
that's
key.
really,
Editing is really key.
The key is you're like a literal production manager now, where you're like, look at me.
I'm like, how? Like, I don't
House
care
of
anymore.
Breck is ready to take on any job.
And if you want to be
Any
part
and
of the
every.
house, if you have an idea for a podcast, hit me up. I will fucking produce you.
House of Breck can do anything.
House of Breck is about to be a production company / podcast. You don't want to put me on the Pride 48 network? That's fine. We don't need to be on that because that's where everybody else is. All the gays
Bye,
are.
bitch.
All the gay. No.
Oh, really? Are they?
Yeah.
We don't need them. We never have.
Never
Sorry.
have and never will. We're going to do our own thing. We're going to continue to strive ahead. But this is our brand. It's screaming,
It's screaming,
drinking, and being serious, though. Like, I feel like that really is
Yeah.
the key to our success.
Mm-hmm.
Is the fact that we can literally go, you're such a fat fucking bitch, and then be like, but really,
Let's talk
I'm upset about being fat, and here's why. So it's like one of those things where you break the ice with the humor, and then you get serious, but then you break it again with the humor. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
But it's
no, but
true.
I do actually know what you mean this time.
Because that's exactly my vision for this whole thing is to
Yeah.
be like, I mean,
We
almost,
need to use humor to. Sorry, hit the mic.
Oh,
But we need to use
amateur.
humor to help us breach those hard topics.
Exactly.
Because they're not easy to just come sit down and go, okay, so let's talk about your body image and how you perceive yourself.
Right.
It's like, oh, I don't actually
mean,
want to do that. But we are going to do it, and we're going to do it in a funny way.
you have to, and you're. It was somebody who said this, and I was actually listening to Heather McMahon's her podcast. She's so amazing.
I love her. I need to meet her.
Joan Rivers said, if you can't laugh at the human condition, what can you laugh at? And it's kind of true. Like right now, it's like you have to be able to laugh and make fun of. And by that, I mean, it's very self-deprecating. People are like, I don't like when you talk like that. It's a joke. It's to make people feel comfortable so that then they can discuss it maybe with their friends and be
Yes.
like, you know, I don't know I love a big, huge cheese pizza, but I really do want to get my weight under control. Can we talk about how to do or you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's
right.
It's kind of, I don't know.
You have to be able to talk about the hard topics with your friends, because what are they for if you
Right.
can't?
And if you can't talk about hard topics, what are you doing? Because if you're
Yeah.
not being real, like you got to be able to like open your soul a little bit.
You have
That's
a
what
lot,
I've learned
yes.
too in this podcast is the more you open up your soul, the more you really like show your real self, the more people can relate, and then it like kind of all just falls.
It all follows.
follows the leader.
It all falls down.
Let's hear the last clip.
And yeah, we're excited to have you guys back. Our next episode's going to be about coming out.
It's gonna be intense.
So it's
like,
going to be sort of like
get your box of tissues because there might be some
Actually-
tears. I mean, I'm gonna cry, but it'll be okay. But in a good way. In a good way.
he's going to cry inside. Well,
Oh,
oh my god.
Ow!
Ow.
that was probably
That was loud.
Really loud.
It was really loud. We're working on the mics. We're working. This
Still
is all.
figuring it out. It's
Listen,
all a work
this is
in
all a
progress.
journey.
Just like my life, it's a work in progress.
We're all works in progress.
Works in progress. And that's how I want to end this is we are all works of progress. We're very much growing. Nobody's perfect.
No.
Nobody's perfect.
This podcast
I don't
isn't.
give a fuck if you're Garrett Nolan. You're not perfect, bitch. He's hot. I don't care.
Don't you deprecate him.
He's so hot, but he did not
really is.
retweet my fucking story.
And you want his dad as well, so I don't want to hear it.
He is hot, but the thing is
What
that
you really like, though, is the VPL.
I do, and
Yeah.
I really like his belly button, even though I've never been in. Okay. So I just spoke like The Sims.
Yeah. You're like, oh, The Sims or Animal Crossing.
Oh, is that what they do on Animal Crossing? So weird. So fucking weird. But yeah, the heart of the
VPL is really how we can see it
I want
at
to see
any
the
moment.
heartbeat of the VPL.
I want to see it bulge.
But you could be the hottest person though, and there's something he's still in. There's something bothering him.
Oh, for sure. Why do you think he's reaching out to all these thousands, hundreds of thousands,
Millions.
Okay, millions.
He's got 4 million followers. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
wait, what?
On TikTok, not on Instagram.
Okay, well, I
which is
wasn't
kinda
ready for
interesting.
that.
4 million on TikTok.
Okay,
and-
then we love him, and we have no, absolutely no
We
criticism.
love him, and we want
We
all his fans to
love
follow the
him.
show.
We love him and his VPL, and we love him.
No, we do. And the thing is there's something that he could probably bring to this podcast. I've already invited him on, but he ignores it.
There's a lot he could bring.
But that's why I kind of like will randomly message people, even if they're not like, I'm not looking for the most famous people either. Like I'm looking for people who are like just hit fame or just hit something big, and I want to talk to them and say, hey, you know, because they're still insecure, they're still open, they're still honest, and that's what I want out of people, honesty. So
Bobby.
yeah, so this has been a recap episode of She's
Listen,
Not Doing
baby.
So Well. Baby.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
You really just...
I'm really feeling that journey for you.
You hit the nail on the head, and you're hungry.
I'm hungry, so I'm trying to wrap it up.
Okay.
To be honest. But this has been a recap episode of She's Not Doing So Well. Please follow us on iTunes if you shall choose to do.
And you shall choose to give 5 stars, please.
5 stars and a review. Write your craziest review and I'll read it.
And you might win a fanny pack.
Hey, we have fannies and we have mouth guards. Or what are they called? Not mouth guards. The little like masks for mask. It's true, because guess what? This country is probably all mask for mask now.
We should be mask for mask.
It's
if you're
2
not,
weeks from now.
when Dick Cheney is mask for mask, you should be mask for mask.
When a guy who blows his own face up, was that what happened? Did he do that? Like, how did this happen?
No, he shot someone else. He did. Yeah, he did.
Well, this has been another episode of She's Not Doing So Well. We hope to see you next week. I'm Bobby.
I'm Jim.
Thank you for joining us for this special edition to reminisce with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of She's Not Doing So Well. Leave a message with questions or comments at 669-207-4643. Don't forget to subscribe and check out our links in the podcast description of this episode. Views, information, or opinions expressed during She's Not Doing So Well podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of any other agency, organization, employer, or company. This has been a House of Breck production.